I'm gonna break down my Crankdat Shut the Fuck Up clone.
Shut the fuck up!
I'm not even gonna call it a remake because it's not the same, but it is the same. Every single sound, or almost every single sound, is inside RAID. The song is at 138 BPM, which is almost 140, but just a little bit slower. 140 is like the OG speed for dubstep. But anyway, so we have this kick and this other snare on like a trap pattern. And we got a little bit right here. Dance into my beat. Okay, and then we got a crash. And then another one on every beat. And that's it for the drums. Literally, that's it. Nothing else. That's it. No more. Channel all that to the mixer. Let's go into this drum bus where I have a limiter with the ceiling all the way up, the saturation slightly down, and the gain as much as I wanted it. Because without it, it's kind of stopping it at 0 dB, I believe. I hope so, but whatever. If you want this project, it's actually available on my Patreon. So the next thing is the fucking bass. We have this right here. Let me turn off the sidechain actually, because it's kind of pissing me off. Oh my god. Why? Like, I don't understand why. There we go. So this is actually composed of two sounds. Huh. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so I channeled both of these sounds to this fucking channel here, where we have this patch rack available on my Patreon, and this other patch rack available to on my Patreon, which I've actually turned into a new patch rack. I'll show it to you guys. I'll probably put it on Patreon as well. But it's basically both of these racks together, and I called it Cruth Power. It's a lot. It's honestly a lot. Look at it. See, immediately it's already fucking like, yo, stop that. Yeah, I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one yet. But anyway, yeah, what is this rack? It's just parallel distortion going into a limiter, and then parallel saturation. That's it. Nothing crazy. Let me show you what it sounds like without it, and then with it. It's just a little bit grittier, darker, schmacklemakers. That's a new word I just made. Anyway, why did I add this second layer? You may be wondering. And if you're not, I'm still going to tell you. So without it, it's kind of the same. Can't really tell from these laptop speakers, unfortunately. But I noticed that like it was, compared to the rest of like the, it was missing bass. So I just cloned the same patch. You don't necessarily have to clone the same patch. The whole reason I cloned it though is just because I wanted a sub. So I have the sub here at -1, and then the sub on this duplicate on -2. So now you just have more lower frequencies on the bass, and I have it direct out, so these effects don't even matter. Yeah. So that's it for that first roar, and that's going into the bass bus that has this Pro Q that's kind of bringing down the highs a little bit, and this Pro L. So yeah, that's the first sound. Obviously, that's being sidechained with my fruity balance. Whoa. And then for some reason I put, well, not for some reason, I put a limiter on the sidechain bus, but look, it's not even really working. Yeah, it's not even working, so it doesn't fucking even need to be there. But anyway, let's get into the Tearout bass. Oh, and by the way, this is a patch I've used in so many remakes. For some reason, it just works on so many songs. And it's called Dead Yoy, and it's in Threat High Voltage. Yeah, it's in there. Anyway, for the Tearout bass, I tried to design it in Serum, but I failed. So what I ended up doing is layering 2 different bass shots from Raid, because we have like over 100 machine gun shots in this pack. I've been really thinking about the direction of this pack, because now I'm doing lifetime updates on every single pack. So if you bought it literally like 2 years ago or whenever this dropped, you're getting all these sounds for free. It's kind of insane. It's actually kind of like not the smartest business move, but I don't know, something tells me that I want to do this just because I don't want to be like another sample pack person, company, whatever. You know, like there's great ones out there and I love them all. Actually, I love them all because they are creative and they make cool things. And I wish I could just buy all of them, honestly. If anyone wants to send me free sample packs, I'm down to fucking use them. I love sound. I decided to do lifetime updates, and this is some of the sounds in there that we have here. Whoa, no, hits. So I ended up layering. Let me take out the effects. So it's this one and this one. And then when you play it together, and then you may be wondering, yo, how the fuck are you playing that shit together? Like, there's no MIDI here. What the fuck's going on? I'm using this thing called layer. You choose, command, and then, shift, and you choose like whichever ones you want to, play at the same time. Once you have them selected, you go to layer, and then you put set children, and basically anything you play in this MIDI will play on the ones you selected. So I've channeled both of those to this fucking mixer track where we have a Pro Q bringing down the bass a little bit. And this I did after the fact of putting these effects, because the amount of volume and frequencies that you send into a distortion unit or whatever type of effect you're using will change the characteristics of the sound. So again, this is the same thing. The parallel distortion with compression and the parallel saturation is basically like almost the same. Probably only difference is the distortion type. On this one I'm doing classic overdrive in case you were wondering. And also this might be different too. The saturation preset on this one I'm doing the 456 demo MDB. I don't even know what that is. But it's probably some shit that I don't know about, or some obscure fucking old saturation machine or tape shit. I don't know. Anyway, the next effect is just this EQ. I'll show you without it. So I felt like it cleaned it up a little bit. And then finally a soft clipper, which, by the way, I was kind of like trying to figure out, like, it's not really stupid. Like, I'm kind of dumb for not like immediately figuring this out, but I've been smoking a lot of weed for the past few years and now I've stopped. So I feel like I'm a lot more conscious, and I'm able to concentrate better and like really pay attention to what I'm actually doing instead of just like doing random shit, which I still do random shit, but for specific things like this, the soft clipper, I was like, yo, how do I use a soft clipper in like the best way? Basically, putting the threshold all the way up. Because then you'll go all the way to the very, very top of the possible amplitude of the waveform. But whatever, I'm going to keep it here because I don't want to fuck around with it too much right now. I've already uploaded this version of the project on Patreon. Anyway, that's going into that same bass bus with the taming of the high end and a Pro L. Which again is not doing anything because we have the awesome fucking soft clipper. And in fact, I think we can actually see what the soft clipper is doing here a little bit better. We're just gonna do it. So like, let's say I bring the threshold down, you're gonna see how it brings down the amplitude. I'm gonna call it amplitude or volume, whatever you want to call it. And then like this, it's all the way up. And then the way it was, it's not really a big difference from having it all the way up. And I don't mind having all the way up. I love it. So I'm just going to keep it there because more volume is better. I don't care. And yeah, so that's going into the side chain. Again, I don't think this shit's doing anything. Yep, it's not even doing anything. I probably put it there as like a thing to just monitor the, like just to visually look at what's going on. Anyway, let's talk about, actually that's it. There's only two elements, just drums and bass. Awesome. Yeah. The vocals is really what makes like this entire song the pre-drop. Somebody commented on my reel that the pre-drop is so satisfying, and I completely agree. I think that this drop would not be the same without the vocal. Like, so if it, like, it's still sick, but then you play the vocal and it's like,
It's me. Hi, I'm the problem is. Shut the fuck up!
it makes it so much better.
The problem is.
Okay, master. We have a Pro Q that's not doing anything. We have a soft clipper. Again, I didn't really know at the time what the threshold was doing. So let me actually open up the limiter.
It's me. Hi,
Let me bring up the threshold all the way up.
it's me. Hi, I'm the problem is. Shut the fuck up!
We're getting so many less or more loves. More loves. Yeah, I think it's more. So yeah, I think we're getting. Let me see. Let me put the threshold back down to its regular. Let me bring it all up. I mean, you can even tell by the waveform, it's such a fucking fatter sausage. Yeah, W soft clippers. I can't believe this whole time I just avoided using them because I really thought they were pussy shit. I don't even know what that really means. I really don't know, but that's what I thought it was. Yeah, so then I have this limiter as well, but I don't really think it's doing anything either because I have the ceiling all the way up. I'm not even saturating anything. I don't know what the fuck's going on. But yeah, it doesn't matter because the soft clipper is doing all the work, heavy lifting, I guess, of keeping everything under 0 dB. Because look, let's take it off. Let's see how fucking insane this is. Yeah, it's going like, all of this is past 0. And before I'd be like, I really didn't give a fuck. I was like, and I still don't really give a fuck, but I just want to use the soft. I'm in the soft clip era of Cruth.
The problem is.
And I didn't really talk about the writing, but it's really not that complicated, right? You have that wow in the first shit, and it goes on for like a beat and a half. That's it. It doesn't really go past that. It's just a beat and a half long note on C sharp. It sounded right to me in that note. In key notes, yeah. So for the Tearout bass, we have this. In case you're wondering how to get these flows, you can use the MIDIs in Arrayed. Just kidding, but you can. But you can go here to the grid and choose different grids, right? So like the one right here, that would be, I believe, a 1/6 of a beat. Yeah, so 1/6 of a beat, you would get that flow. And then this, dun dun. I mean, that one's fucking obvious, right? Like that's a half a beat right there. So a bunch of half a beats. This one, I think is it 1/6 again? Yeah, so 1/6 again. So yeah, so it goes between 1/6 of a beat and half a beat. And then the only other variation I think would be maybe that one, which would be 1/3 of a beat. Yep. And then the actual real final other variation here is this like super glitchy thing, which I believe is 1/4. No, it's not. It's 1/3 of a step. So let's see. A step is, there's 4 steps in a beat. So this is 1/3 of a step. Math. All right. Yeah, so like I said, this project's available on Patreon. All of these sounds are available inside Raid. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like. If you learned something, don't forget who taught you. And subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.